Hello, everybody. It's Dezire, and we're reacting to the James Warren allegations out of the three. I think it's just gonna be James Warren. James Warren is the MrBeast CEO. This is Dogpack 404. It is the secret CEO of MrBeast. I have tried to react to this a good 3 times, and it crashed 3 times. And by crashed, I mean the video did. I mean, look, it's right there. Boom. I'm upset. I'm upset. I will state this: it's fucking daffy to have Jimmy in his boxers, and why?
Friend Locoya Hill,
What the
who also
fuck?
happens to be MrBeast's secret chief operating officer, or was. And then I want to touch on the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson.
Why?
MrBeast is very publicly
Why
and
gotta be in their
transparently
boxers?
been
Why?
engaging in a massive cover-up, deleting a lot of evidence, and I think a lot of this cover-up is going sort of completely under the radar. We're not even aware of what's being swept under the rug, and they're getting away with hiding and deleting evidence. After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down.
Uh-oh, seems like somebody's in trouble, and he knows he is. Ruh-roh raggy.
So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO. And I say secret because, you know, they're not very open about that fact. Like he doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere. I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to.
He's a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriend. So not only does Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast, work with a PDF file, he also works with a domestic abuser! Fuck, I'm pissed! I know it's domestic, but I'm going to say domestic because I'm pissed!
To as a psychopath who screws at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault.
Damn. That's so fucked up. Why?
Their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases.
Well, of course, everything is alleged unless it's the court documents.
Specifically, that surprise witness on YouTube, she's been super helpful in like
good shout
behind
out.
the scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests
and
just helping me out a lot in general. She's super nice, super smart. She'll be posting a lot of updates on her channel, as she has been about the MrBeast situation.
MrBeast video caused a military operation.
James Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict. I've heard that.
What? I didn't even.
He offered cocaine and hookers to editors to stay late.
What the fuck? What? And he was working for MrBeast? And they're getting away with this now? There's no, Okay, let's resume.
And then the really big thing is that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay.
Well, that's not good.
I'm still actively looking into this incident, so if you have information did happen, you know, that's sort of the nature of these.
Yeah, everything outside of court documents is allegedly. All parties are assumed innocent until proven guilty. However, the court of public opinion is not super fucked up. Here's my shtick with Mr. Jimmy Donaldson. Now he has a person who apparently abused his girlfriend. He has forced labor and child labor for his chocolate. He had Ava Chris Tyson on staff, and apparently still on staff, but that could be mistaken. I don't know. And he has He had Delaware as a manager, and Delaware is a PDF file. Registered.
These instances, I have a lot of testimony, corroborating testimony. But the reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light. Like after, the Jake Weddle interview got posted.
So, what the fuck else could go wrong? This man is like the most absolute of absolute disgusting.
Which was all mostly testimony. People came out corroborating a story, and all I think is
Yeah, they corroborated. He ended up getting paid, which is an admission of guilt.
most likely.
Granted,
admission of
I don't
guilt.
think it should.
You don't apologize for things that you didn't do. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But what's not allegedly is that James.
I don't think that Weddle should have made a video about that, unless he wanted to, like maybe make a community post, but a video. I mean, it's just weird. It's just weird, Jake. It looks odd. It looks like you're just in it for the money, man, and you're in it for the fame from it. That's just my own personal take on it. Granted, you got tortured, so I'm not going to hate on you for it because it straight up broke the Geneva Conventions. straight up tortured you. Which is also super fucked.
James Warren is the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate investment firm called Greenstone Ventures.
During my reaction that apparently cut off and I didn't know, Greenstone Ventures was the place that was committed for a Ponzi scheme, which a Ponzi scheme I had to look up, and I think that's what ended up breaking it. Jesus, it's early. I just woke up.
LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment of his former business partner, Joshua Hutchins, who was sentenced
to, does it say? It doesn't say.
To 10 years in prison for running a real estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
MrBeast, it's not something you want to have said. And Ponzi schemes are also not good at all. They kind of fuck people over. It's why it's called a scheme. Whatever.
So before working at MrBeast, James Warren was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts of this case.
That doesn't look good for you there, Mr. Warren.
This is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins. I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, "I came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm." The chief operating officer.
Oh, so he also was a real estate investment attorney. So it seems like he also was a part of that scheme, but he got away scot-free. So fuck you, guy. You stole people's money. Fuck you.
Officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate agent. He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record in how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. On the next page, page 16, she testifies, "My trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial rape. Many of us trusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just $1.3+ million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts."
1.6 million? Oh. And this is apparently your CEO there, fucking MrBeast. You have more scumbags under your fucking... What the fuck is his logo? Is it like a fucking panther? Under your belt.
Convicted for soliciting investment monies by
He just works with a bunch of scumbags.
telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses. Now, what kind of personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a domestic violence order of protection against him. He's accused of calling his wife a lying rat and sending menacing photos of himself in tactical gear.
And this is something that James Warren decided to state was a good person. Huh.
In the woods to her friends and family. Again,
Pretty
according to Sylvia's
fucked up.
testimony, James Warren represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. She continues on page 17. James Warren, the then realtor who recommended me to Hutchins, also encouraged.
Can't even state that that didn't exist there, James. Can ya?
Encouraged us to work with Mr. Hutchins on trying to make it work, and we did until it became very evident as to his apparent intent of complete fraud. So James appearing to sort of try to mediate this exchange, saying, hey, give him a chance, don't pursue him, don't sue him, just make it work, right? The real losses due to fraud are evident. Financially, he's devastated my retirement. I can only hope and
He fucked up somebody's retirement, and he's and he was trying to back that guy up. And now he works for MrBeast, apparently, according to everybody, a really good guy. Which he's not. He's a piece of shit. It's pretty obvious. Fuck him. Directly to jail. Death sentence. Die. Public stoning. Public stoning. How are you going to fuck with someone's retirement? And then be like, I'm a good person. Fuck you.
thank the good Lord that I have a brain to be able to function and try to earn back as much as possible. The impact, over $1.3 million in real losses. These are not, I got a piece of property.
You
It was all
stole
fraud.
$1.3
She goes
million
on to
from
describe her
someone's
financial
retirement.
troubles through the
Oh, I'm pissed. Woo! Oh, man. And people want to defend Jimmy still. Fuck him. Fuck the people he works with. He should know all this, because guess what? It's just a Freedom of Public Information Act. When you fucking deal with somebody and you try to hire them. Fuck you, James. Fuck you. And Jimmy was his cousin, for fuck's sake. So he should know.
years, supporting her mother who had Alzheimer's disease, how in the crash of 2008 she lost her job and for 2 years was unemployed.
Person had cancer and you're stealing from them. Fuck, I'm pissed.
She had a severe cancer diagnosis, was out of work for over a year. She continues, in spite of all that, I've lived very frugally and tried to make things work. I've made him know of all my history, and I told him I could not take the risk. He and James Warren, the then realtor, stated, oh, real estate. She goes on to describe how...
So you're just scamming people. Oh. I'm so pissed. Give me a second. I need to calm myself down just a bit.
How they presented
He stole from somebody with cancer. I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad right now.
Can I claim definitively that James Warren was aware of the fraud that was taking place and willingly complicit in helping Mr. Hutchins defraud old ladies? No. But from what I've heard of
it could be a no, but here's the problem. If you're going to back somebody up and you're not going to believe it and you're going to try to back somebody up, you should probably know that they're a fucking felon. Granted, there's nothing wrong with felons. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problems with felons. I do have a problem with somebody backing up somebody who's stealing from people that are cancerous, had
James
cancer
Warren's
in their life.
How he's
makes you look like a scumbag. And you hit ex-girlfriends. You
leave the house, beat his dog, defraud.
You beat your fucking animal? Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. There is no way on God's green earth, you're a, oh, I don't care. I don't care, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. And Jimmy, Mr. Beast, this is your cousin. So don't even be like, I didn't know. Everybody knows what's going on in their family. I do. And I have multiple families. I have 2 step-parents and 2 biological parents. My mom is amazing. My stepdad is awesome. My stepmom doesn't like me, and my dad is a piece of shit because he abused my mom.
People in his
And
own
me.
ways.
Fuck him.
Creative Juice is an interesting one that could be looked into, which was done with MrBeast, as well as another scheme that we'll get into that he conducted with Locoya Hill. I personally believe that when he was working with Mr. Hutchins, he was in similar company. I think the COO of acquisitions would know and be sort of responsible for
Yes.
properties not being properly acquired through the court system.
Of course
Again,
he
that's
would
my opinion.
know.
That's all allegedly. Now on to his
Of
alleged
course
best
he
friend,
would.
Locoya Hill. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, Locoya Hill was running an adult entertainment event business
Oh, is
in
that
San Francisco called Locoya Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to MrBeast as a producer.
Oh, so we're also
Our
going to
party
do
evolved
Locoya
into this
Hill.
place where, you know, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the, like, posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I believe adults should be able to do whatever they want. However, I question what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for
Yeah, what? Yeah, why the fuck is he in that?
children. You know, it'd also be
It's child-friendly content. Why? Okay.
weird if
just
Mr.
weird.
Beast hired Johnny
weird.
Sins as the janitor, I guess.
Well, no shit, it would be weird.
That's not the real issue, though. The issue is that in late 2021, he was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now, I put fired in quotation marks because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company.
No, you should fire him, but he was moved to the dubbing company. I'm pissed. I'm so pissed.
Which was Unilingo at the time. Here is proof.
That's. So when they get found to have done SA, instead of removing them, you keep them there.
Proof that he used the Locoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first video, his YouTube channel mysteriously got deleted.
It seems like he's also trying to hide, but guess what, guy? You don't think he would have already known? You're a piece of shit too, guy. You did SA. You got fired for it, but guess what? You just got moved to the dubbing company because MrBeast tries to protect people. Because MrBeast is a scumbag!
And at some point, his Twitter also got deleted. I don't know if that's when he sexually assaulted his assistant. I don't know if that's after my
He shouldn't have been in the first damn
video
place.
got posted. Either way, Booty Call Wednesdays are canceled. He was actually brought back to MrBeast in 2023 after sexually assaulting his assistant prior.
What? Oh, fuck no! You did not just bring back a guy who did that as a COO! Oh, you motherfucker. There is no way.
And promoted to Chief Financial Officer, which is how I personally was introduced to him. Here's some evidence from the internal Slack channel on MrBeast showing Locoya Hill acting in some COO capacity, saying there's news reporters outside, do not engage with them. This was shortly after the Time magazine article came out. So here I have a document showing testimony from former MrBeast employees.
Okay. Yes, Locoya Hill, the current COO in 2021, he was had an assistant blank. I heard Locoya acted very inappropriately with blank booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having blank come to his house and showing. Oh my God!
Talking about Locoya Hill.
And he's now your COO? Oh, fuck you!
When I say verified former MrBeast employee, I had them send some form of proof. I know who some of these people are. They just want to remain anonymous, but I'm willing to share this with like an independent third party if it needs to happen. Personally, I don't think MrBeast is going to deny sort of this Locoya Hill story that I'm going to show you. But here's.
I'm going to message Steve. Told him that the MrBeast video is going to be crazy.
Here's the first testimony, and I'll say this person is especially credible in my opinion. I asked them, did you see or hear of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. Victims only watched Toy 2023 and was promoted.
Even though Jimmy James Sue 100% knew his history, of course they did. It happened in their damn company. Of course they did.
COO. His history
but he's now the COO. Because they don't fire people like that. Because Jimmy is a piece of shit as a human being. Fucking sue me. We now have so much evidence against you, Jimmy. You're fucked. You hired a fucking guy who did essay as a COO. And you 100% knew. I'm spitting because I'm pissed. Fuck. I gotta... Give me a second while I wipe my fucking screen.
I could get you victim's number. I don't know if he'd talk. I respond, yeah, that'd be great. Also, is there proof he moved to the dubbing company? I could look. It was the original dubbing company called Unilingo. MrBeast practically forced them to hire Locoya, and then they poached Unilingo's employees and copied their whole business and created Creator Global. Verified employee number 2. Ask them the same question, have you heard of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. I don't know how to spell their name, but Locoya.
Thought he was brought in a year after having not worked there for a year, so...
Something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. I respond, Locoya Hill. They say...
The reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had... SH'd someone who still worked at the company when he was brought back. What?
The reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, Locoya Hill. But they brought him back knowing he had sexually harassed an employee previously. And people often talk about Locoya making them very uncomfortable on shoots. I verified employee number 3.
Drama alert, Wendy's reported... I had to look at something different. I'm so upset. I'm so upset right now.
I'm looking into more accusations of sexual misconduct at the company, wondering if there's anything you could corroborate. Have you heard of anything about Locoya Hill? They respond, the old gay guy who likes to bang 18-year-old straight employees? Yeah, I've heard of him. Anything non-consensual to your knowledge? I heard he got in trouble for hooking up with his 18-year-old straight assistant, but the company kept it quiet from what I heard. He's a producer and worked in the adult entertainment before MrBeast. Yeah, Locoya Hill Entertainment. I heard he was fired.
Yeah, why the fuck was he...
For sexual harassment, then brought back a year later. Friends with him, so holy shit.
Sexually... S.A., his assistant, who was straight, and Locoya was... that. There's nothing wrong with that, but the essay is... The essay is what's wrong. You probably already know that, but James is best friends with... Was he also best friends with the PDF file? Because it would make sense. It would make sense! Ooh, he's a piece of shit. Ooh,
Shit, was
boy.
not surprising that they kept him around way longer than they. They had this sort of leaked email where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, right? Alluding to the fact that Locoya Hill is no longer working there. Now, I have been open with MrBeast about the fact that I was going to cover Locoya Hill. This is a single frame in my first video where I reference Locoya. He's also in my Twitter header. And I've also just told people who work at MrBeast that...
And he hired him again. He hired him again. I don't even know how to react to that. I don't even know how to react to that.
They have to let Locoya Hill go. So they did what I wanted and let him go, right? Well, just on a whim, I decided to look into the Creator Global LinkedIn, and it had gone private to where everyone just shows up as
Oh, dear.
a LinkedIn member, right? But I saw this, L, LinkedIn member, president of Creator Global. I thought, you know what, that's a little suspicious. So I reached out to one of my connections close to MrBeast and I said, hey, can you look into this account for me? Because sometimes if you have connections, you can see private LinkedIn accounts. And this is what they saw. Locoya Hill, listed as the current president at Creator Global.
There's no way! MrBeast is... He's done. He's just done. He's done, dude.
No work history between
We're not even done with the video. There's still like 12 minutes left.
graduating UNC in May 2001 and becoming the president at Creator Global in 2024. Dude, this is like the 3-cup game where you got to like keep track of the pets and race as MrBeast just moves them.
Yeah, now he has a PDF. He has a essay that he rehired. And then he has Ava Chris Tyson.
In between
And
companies.
then there's him being a
Just sort of kept
scumbag.
moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld, after it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
Which I heard, you know, MrBeast or James Warren forced Unilingo to hire Locoya as sort of part of their partnership without, you know, sending them the report on his alleged sexual misconduct.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Unilingo to process a $28,000 bonus for Locoya, which there's definitely something suspicious.
Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm so mad.
Just going on with that.
Hey buddy, it's James. Sorry to be bothering you. I've done my absolute best not to bother you. But
Voicemail from
Locoya had
MrBeast,
presented
James
a bunch
Warren.
of stuff to me and Jimmy a little bit ago.
This is
All really
James
great
Warren
stuff.
talking.
But he had asked me and Jimmy personally. He's like, hey, you know, can I have a $28,000 bonus?
No fucking way. Ooh.
For work I did in the past. And I'm like, yeah, of course, man.
No.
And the reason for that is I had brought him up to my level, and I don't take bonuses. So for like 2 years, I need a favor. Sue cannot process this bonus through Beast. I need a solid. Can you please process a $28K bonus for Locoya? Let me know. Bye.
And then they used Locoya to try to steal Unilingo's business, poach their employees, take their clients, and then MrBeast launched Creator Global, where Locoya Hill is currently listed.
Yeah, and he launched it, and he's the president of it! I'm mad!
As the president. So that's Locoya Hill. And that's just what I can put on the record. I will say that if MrBeast tries to deny this, more evidence will be brought to light, and more people will definitely come out defending
Oh my God.
me, saying, hey, this is true. These allegations are true. This is all true. Allegedly, in my opinion, for legal reasons. Okay, now let's move on to the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. First, I'll show this testimony from another former MrBeast employee just to show sort of the work culture.
On first day, I was told to avoid being alone in a room with certain people and... in positions of power at least once a week. I was subjected to inappropriate questions and conversation. What? Once a male coworker asked me what I do if Jimmy essayed or harassed me. On another occasion, this same coworker said it wasn't fair that women could just, is it decide? Could just decide. No, an SE wasn't consensual. Many of the men I worked with would make What? They scream and hit walls when they get upset. Hey. I don't hit walls. I hit a punching bag. But hey, the minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would fornicate her. Oh my God. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many, many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their job. If you complain about any of this, you'll be shamed for being too sensitive or just ignored. You can't take anything to HR either because Jimmy's mom runs it. Wow. It's pretty common for people to essentially get paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough noise about something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. So then what was that? What was the thing that I thought that was the handbook. Okay. I guess that was just like a memo that he sent to everybody, my assumption. If you ask for one, what the company policies, they'll tell you to ask them, and they'll just let you know if something is against the rules. But again, there is nothing in writing. But there was
especially from a female's perspective. She says, on my very first day, I was told to avoid
this
being
was a
alone in a room
female.
with certain people in positions of power. At least once a week, I was subjugated to inappropriate questions or harassed jokes on a daily basis. If/how they would occur this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing, just ignored. You're paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough noise about something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. If you ask for one, or what the company's policies, which is true, the leaked document is just the production manual.
Oh, so that's the production manual. I thought it was the handbook. That's on me. I apologize. That's still fucked, but
not given to all employees. Here's another testimony. This person will go on the record. This is Jess, who accused Ava Chris Tyson of sexual assault. I think her case has been sort of mostly ignored because she wasn't a minor when it happened. But she was a MrBeast employee, and you can see in her evidence, in her communications with the company, the clear signs of a cover-up. You can see them like threatening her with legal action and emails and saying like, oh, we're going to have a law firm investigate this. Well, they had one firm do an internal investigation, McGuire Woods LLP, the same law firm that sent me my first cease and desist. But then they hired, I guess, Harvey Weinstein's legal team.
Yeah, I did see that. He did hire Harvey Weinstein's legal
allegedly
team.
To re-review everything.
I only hung out with Jimmy a handful of times, but he definitely was a little more reserved around me because I wasn't a part of his inner circle, or the boys club, as it's called. I did hear Jimmy straight up say that the guy making a documentary on him right now has footage of him saying stuff that would be absolutely get him canceled. Oh, it's just a well-known thing that the boys club is misogynistic and looks down on women in the company, despite what they might say publicly. Behind closed doors, the women in the company know that the culture is a problem. I have heard multiple stories of Jimmy being directly informed of essay happening at the company and proactively working to keep it quiet. Yeah, Locoya! Locoya did. And then he tried to keep the Ava situation where he went back in old videos because he stated that he didn't know when they had a Shadman poster on the wall. Ooh. Time she was essayed by another talent member on a private jet, and talent members' employees making advances toward her contestants was a regular occurrence. The reason all of this was able to happen for so long is because Jimmy is deeply misogynistic to his core and only respects. I'm spitting because I'm so mad. I apologize if you're watching it. Considers to be a traditional woman. He pushed those values onto the company when he created it, and it resulted in several SA allegations we know about and probably a lot more we don't know yet.
So I guess they weren't happy with the like Jimmy. Anyway, here's just seeing the boys multiple me in these making advances towards contestants on her Instagram
Or
story.
yeah, I read this. It was on Drama Alert. Or not Drama Alert, Keemstar's Twitter. I think.
She doesn't
Either
mention
one or
Jimmy
the
by
other.
name. It's sort of vague. I think probably either.
Yeah, but
because
that's Jimmy's girlfriend.
under an NDA,
Former
or
girlfriend.
maybe she's just testing the waters to see how people respond before sharing more information. But also, it's like not that vague if you have reading comprehension and can read context clues. She says she spent years being quiet, never acknowledging that time in her life. 19 to 21 are formative years, impacted how she saw herself and how she trusted men. Months of therapy. She says how he treats other women will ultimately be how he treats you. So how does Jimmy treat other women?
I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women. Well, women.
Ooh, that's not good.
Women are stupid because they're inferior to men.
That when she
Well, I mean, that's...
and a group of contestants who were menstruating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly, she had been told that it was not a medical emergency.
You'll never actually respect a woman.
I'm so disgusted. Like, honestly. I don't think I could be more disgusted as a human.
But just act like you respect them.
My God. MrBeast withheld my birth control. I have ovarian cysts. You can't just stop taking birth control.
I don't really get along with women.
Also in this podcast, Jimmy goes on to talk about his relationship with his current girlfriend, Tia, in very weird ways, in my opinion.
Oh.
For us now, like an idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test and then study and see if we can get a higher.
What?
An idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test. And then she was like, I'm an author. And I was like, fuck yeah, good. She has a hobby. And then
Wow. He's just disrespecting his girl. That's kind of fucked up, bro.
DM'd her. I was like, oh, so your book. Can I read it? She sent it over, read the whole book, and it was just like acting like it was the greatest book ever. I don't really get along.
Well, it's her book. You as her boyfriend should be supportive. It's whatever. Bro.
With women.
It's all of our jobs to protect our friends, our moms, our wives, our sisters, our daughters, ourselves from people like that. That's a pretty clear statement, if you ask me. Now, I almost feel like there's been a campaign against Maddie Spadell to discredit her before she's even shared any information. A lot of like clout chaser and gold digger allegations. I'll say this is also from that Roland.
Donaldson doesn't have much in the way of a personal life, or at least he does not have any interest in portraying that he has one. It's went from his lifestyle influencer, Maddie, who appeared in a handful of his videos, and those in his circles told me that Spadell, is that how you say it, had been a positive influence, forcing Donaldson to prioritize work-life balance more. Donaldson did not want to comment on the record about his breakup, citing Spadell's privacy, yet Tyson says, is this...
Rolling Stone article, they reference the breakup. The reporter says, Maddie Spadell, who's appeared in a handful of videos, those in MrBeast's inner circle told me that Spadell had been a positive influence, forcing Donaldson to prioritize work-life balance more. Donaldson did not want to comment on the record about the breakup, citing Spadell's privacy, yet Tyson, Chris Tyson...
That's why I wanted to make sure, yep.
Says Donaldson's singular focus on work was a major contributing factor. I think that's what he's going to be looking for next. Somebody who can match his obsession with business and money and all that kind of stuff.
kind of a weird thing.
So not a bad word to be said about Matty Spadell from Jimmy or the people in his inner circle, which is pretty unusual of an ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I'll show some of the brain dead media coverage headed by Cuckstar and his news organization Drama Alert. So here's just one of his.
Allegedly shamed him. Her brother is now allegedly trying to say that she only posted once about MrBeast to similarly downplay the clout-chasing claims.
Many posts about
What?
Matty. Thread of every time MrBeast's ex-girlfriend allegedly shaded him. Downplaying the clout-chasing claims against her. So let's see this.
There's no way that Keem is trying to fucking defend Jimmy now, bro.
Extensive thread. One post of a TikTok where she says she was traumatized at 19. Why do you think that's about Jimmy, Keemstar? Allegedly complaining about MrBeast fans. This is her most popular TikTok period with over 6.5 million views and was posted last year. And then Drama Alert goes on to give one more example. And that's the end of the thread. So see her most popular TikTok seems to be alluding to her relationship with MrBeast. And then she has hundreds of more TikToks where she never even tried to recreate the success of that first TikTok, right? Like if I'm her social media manager, I'm telling her, hey, post about Jimmy Moore. And she obviously knows that if she did that, she would get more views. And yet she doesn't do it. Hundreds of TikToks, about 30 of them are about Taylor Swift, maybe 3 are about her ex-boyfriend of 2.5 years, which for a Swiftie, it's extremely, extremely low to post only 3 times about your ex-boyfriend who's now incredibly famous.
Come on.
So
Come on, Keem. You got to do better than that.
She's doing a horrible job at it. Now, Drama Alert, on the other hand, has posted more times in the past month about Matty Spadell than Matty Spadell has ever posted about MrBeast.
It seems like he's trying to defend Jimmy. I'm just gonna make an assumption. This is alleged. I wonder if MrBeast pays for Keem. If not, then Keem, you look really bad. Really bad. Constantly defending. I mean, I'm just saying, you look bad, guy.
So I just wanted to address that because I think MrBeast knows Matty has nukes against him and he's trying to discredit her. So let's look at this leaked email. This is from MrBeast. It says, yesterday, Dawson saved 100 billion. Whoa, guys, whoa. Guys, I don't know how that got there. That was the wrong email. I don't know how that got there. Yeah, so I've actually heard from pretty credible people that this email was not leaked. So, why lie about it? Devious or deceptive tendencies. Here he is quoted in that Rolling Stone article saying, I'm great at lying. But I wanted to focus in on this part where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, we will be hiring a new chief human resource officer, chief financial officer, interesting, and general counsel, along with other roles to add capacity and competencies to foster a better internal culture as we continue to grow. So what's interesting about this is that the only person named in an initiative to foster a better internal culture is Jeff Hausenbold. But what's ironic about this is that Jeff Hausenbold has been in the news previously for the internal culture that he helped create as managing partner at the SoftBank Vision Fund. Here's New York Post. Nasty executive.
Macho culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. Oh. And Jimmy hired him. Because of course he did.
Culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. And here's Bloomberg Business Week. SoftBank Vision Fund employees depict a culture of recklessness. It has also been described as an environment of sycophancy and harassment. Also goes to call Jeff out by name, although lacking in self-awareness. Stationary. Hausenbold opined that its exercise equipment appealed in part to men who masturbated to its workout videos. Look at this! SoftBank denied the claims, but it's an oddly specific thing for 2 people to make up a vision with hiring this guy as the new president.
That's pretty fucked up.
This is just what I can share right now. I do have more information that I'm trying to get out. Trying to get permission from the victims and everything. Also trying to save some things.
All right, well, Keemstar is apparently defending MrBeast. I don't know, Keem. Not looking good. Maybe you should cover the whole situation. There you go. I mean, you have, but all I gotta say is, making multiple posts about a person who only made 3 posts about it is a little bit daffy, but whatever. I don't know Keem like that, so he could just be trying to report the whole thing. I don't know. I think that he's trying to report on the entirety of it, which if he's reporting on the entirety of it and he's getting every little minute thing, because I don't know if he's made any posts about MrBeast, nor do I care. We'll keep finding out. I'll keep making statements. I'll update this if he does. And I'm going to go on Drama Alert now. Let's see. Let us see. MrBeast and his team of firing an essay assaulter. I mean, he made that. I don't think he's trying to defend people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I will state this, though, because I do keep up with Drama Alert. It looked really, really, really odd. I'll state that. It looked really odd for Keem, because he was really only attacking like Jake the Viking. But Jake the Viking was trying to defend the PDF file. So I don't have any problem with that. That's my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. I'm gonna link the dog pack video in the description. Have a good one.